welcome to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have one nice gentleman with us. You can see him already, right?
Yeah.
We are going to have a short interview about his study abroad, why he came and how he came and what he does and possibly his future. My good friend. Yay! Welcome to my channel.
Oh, thank you.
I'm very pleased to have you today.
It's an honor to be here.
Oh, beautiful. I would want you to tell me a little bit about yourself, probably your name and where you come from.
Okay, my name is Kingsley and I'm from Ghana. Specifically, I lived in Kumasi before I traveled to Estonia. So that's it.
Kumasi.
Yeah.
Kumasiano.
Osekru.
Well, so can you please tell me a little about possibly your education and your profession in Ghana?
Of course, in Ghana, everybody now first degree is like a common
Everyone
thing in
has
Ghana,
it.
so everybody has it. Now they even say master's is more like a degree in the 90s. So
people are going for masters
everybody
too.
is just doing it for the fun of it. But so far, my highest level of education is a bachelor's degree. I studied business administration, specifically procurement and supply chain management, and I was a supply officer in a senior high school back in Ghana.
Oh, that's a big office.
Yeah.
So why would you leave a big job like procurement?
In
Ghana, procurement is a big deal. Many people want to get it because there's a lot of Nyanam over there. So why would you leave the Nyanam in a public service and travel abroad? It wasn't a study leave or outright resignation?
Outright abandonment.
Abandonment?
Yes.
The government is chasing you.
Yes.
So why that decision?
Abandonment.
What will make you do this?
Prior to me getting a job, like I always wanted to travel when I finished my bachelor's. So within a time of when I started working and when I started when I finished my bachelor's to the time I started working, the time that I came here was just about 3 years period.
Okay.
So immediately I finished my bachelor's, I wanted to go do my master's abroad because it's always a dream to travel and
see the world.
And see the world.
Yeah,
travel and see.
So they say.
So they say. But I just didn't want to travel to hustle. But for me, it was for higher education. So I tried many countries, many schools before I landed here in Estonia. So the decision had already been done way before.
So it was planned. It was just left with execution.
Yes, way before I even got a job. So prior to when I was working, I was still continuing with my applications, always hoping that one day I'll leave the job and get my master's degree.
So if you say you had already thought of traveling, is it a Ghanaian thing that many people would already think of going abroad to study? Is it that the people of today, people who go to school today, always dream of pursuing higher education abroad? Do you think it is?
I think it's a common thing now than maybe way back, because now, like earlier we mentioned that people yearn for higher education. Sometimes it's just self-fulfillment, self-actualization. I have it. So even if you are working in Ghana, everybody aspires to go on to the next step on the academic ladder. So people wanting to travel abroad these days, some travel. There are many reasons why people travel. Previously, it was more of just the hustle.
Economic.
Yeah, just hustle. But now I think many people combine the two. So the hustle on the side and then getting a higher education on the other side. At least from my experience, people I've spoken to in here and all that, I don't think I've met anyone who came here to study and has abandoned their education just to hustle. No. It goes hand in hand.
Okay. So if you said before that you had applied to many countries, so why finally arrive in Estonia? What informed that decision to finally get here?
The key thing that made me come here is scholarship.
Scholarship.
Yes.
The money.
Scholarship. I had applied to many places. Sometimes you get in. It's for me, I think when you want to study abroad, the only drawback is money. That would be your only limitation, because getting in, especially if you have some good credits in your previous studies, it's way easy. It's really easy. I think getting into an institution abroad isn't that difficult, but getting in with a scholarship is very difficult. Sometimes in some countries they offered me a half scholarship, and even the half that you are supposed to put up, oh, you can't imagine how much that costs. So eventually I applied to Estonia. They gave me a full scholarship, so I said, this is it. I've been trying for so many years, so now I have to go.
So what went into the scholarship? What were the, you may not want to mention the amounts, but what did that scholarship cover?
Of course, a scholarship covers your tuition for the entire duration of your master's degree, 2-year period, and for the duration of your study, they offer you a monthly stipend. So something.
Is it good enough to take care of you?
At least, for sure.
If you are not extravagant.
Yes, if you are not extravagant, it's enough to take care of your basic necessities.
Okay.
Your housing, your food, your clothing, unless maybe you like having a lot of fun.
Okay.
You really struggle.
Don't have fun if you're on scholarship. You lose the money to nightclubs, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, how easy was it to get? Because I know in Estonia, the Estonian embassy around the world are few, and they have only one in Africa as of now. They are not one of the countries that restrict you to go to specific country for your visa. They ask you to go to any of the embassies around the world. How easy was the process? You got admission, you got a scholarship. How did you get to Estonia?
Oh, getting into Estonia was hectic. And it cost a lot more money for me if I was coming directly, because for me, I had to go to Egypt to apply for my visa. And the process took a long time, especially applying for visa to Egypt. It took over 6 weeks for me to get the visa to Egypt. And when I got to Egypt, I stayed there for about close to 2 weeks before I was able to secure the visa, and then I continued to Estonia. So it took a whole lot of time. So I even missed orientation because of the delay in the visa processing for the one to Egypt and the onward one to Estonia. I think it's quite difficult getting a visa to come in here because of limited number of embassies in Africa particularly.
Okay. So what do you study? I've not asked you. What do you study?
I study Geoinfomatics for Urbanized Society.
Oh, long name.
Yeah.
You told me your background is in business administration. So how did they accept you? Did they accept anyone just like that?
They preferably, every in order to get into some, most of the time they say you need to have some related background. But for this one, I don't remember reading anything regarding related background. So I was just trying my luck.
Or just
yes.
A lottery.
So you can say it was just a fluke, So I was just trying my luck. But I think it all depends on how you understand what you are going to study. Because when I decided to apply, I had to research on the program because I didn't know anything about it before I was able to write my motivation and include other documents. So I think my research before application helped me a lot. Helped me a lot because the difference between business administration and geoinformatics is quite wide.
And so you have arrived in Estonia, you started the geoinformatics, you're in your final semester now.
Yeah.
How has it been? I mean, if you had gone to a different country, I know that in your mind, there will be other countries that will be preferable than Estonia. Estonia will be on some way, maybe if not down in the middle of the options. So you've been here. How, when you entered, what was it? Were you shocked? Were you impressed? How was the first experience?
If I can get your question more clearly, is it about my studies or?
Not yet the study. Like, the general impression and understanding of the environment when you entered.
When I first landed, I said, oh, too small.
Too small.
Airport.
Yeah.
I said too small, airport, because when I saw I had not gone through a lot of airports, but because it was my first time of traveling. But I said, oh, Kotoka is much bigger than here. So, and I read a little bit about Estonia before coming, and I knew it wasn't such a big country in terms of population size, land size, and other things. But all in all, I didn't know a lot of people in here. I had some friends who had already been here, but not necessarily people who are very close to me, especially in my city. So when I got here, but my first day, people were quite friendly.
Okay.
Like to me, because I was asking, I didn't know where to go in terms of my dormitory, where it's located, and someone actually volunteered to walk me all the way.
Wow.
Yeah, all the way to the.
How long was that walk?
Oh, maybe like 500 meters.
500 meters.
Yes. So
half a kilometer.
Yes. So I said okay. And then people in here are good people.
Okay.
Good
first impression.
Good first impression. So that guy gave me a good impression of Estonia when I first came. And infrastructure wise, I had never seen anything like that, of course, because I had not traveled a lot before then, and their infrastructure is way better than Ghana. Even the dorm that you live in, you get there, you are like, oh,
you become a villager for the first day. Yeah. Well, so now we come to the study. You have studied in Ghana, you've gone to university, you've had colleagues who have studied over there too. Now you have started your master's degree, you went to the university. Tell me about the university environment and the study program, the process. How you felt about it. Was it quality? Was it something that you think could have been improved, or was less below your expectation? Even up to today.
I think was more than what I expected. Because when I first came in terms of program manager, tutors in a department, everybody is quite helpful for you to settle in. They talk to you. If you need anything, you can come to my office and the like. But when we first started the program, Geoinfomatics, so we first started in the computer lab, and it was crazy. The first week. It was crazy for me because of my background. Everything was computer based, so I had to spend a lot more time to finish with tasks before submission. But all in all, I think it's been a great experience, and tutors are really helpful. So because we came from diverse backgrounds, for me especially, whenever you ask for help, tutor is always on hands to help you, and they make sure you understand what you are doing. Unlike in Ghana, it doesn't really matter whether you do understand or not. A teacher can come and sell I've forgotten the handout. A teacher can come and sell handout.
Buy the handout or you fail.
Buy the handout or you fail, and just go away. Then you can do whatever you want. But this time you can do chew and then you come and pour. But this course is more hands-on, more practical. So you have to really know what you are doing with how you handle data with the softwares before you can proceed. But so, all in all,
tell me some of the softwares you've been using so far.
Oh,
maybe some people know them.
Yeah, the main thing is ArcGIS software.
What is it?
It's a software that you use to analyze spatial data, develop maps, and the like. So, and another one is R. R. We use geospatial, the segregation analyzer. We use a lot of programming.
And what is the program about? Like maybe one example of specific task that come out of this geoinformatics thing that everybody will understand from Ghana or somewhere in Africa.
Maybe think of population. when you do census, if you've ever read the whole of census report in Ghana, they always try to develop some maps at the end of the report. Sometimes they even visualize how the population changes over years. So you can, when you look at the map, with the legend, you can know that, oh, maybe Greater Accra has more population than Ashanti region, or maybe Ashanti region has the highest number of population. So I think when it comes to geoinformatics, this thing, population is like something that people can relate more to, especially in Ghana. So I think an example can be.
And does it go to the micro level of indicating in villages, towns, districts?
It can be done,
streets.
but it depends on where you are coming from. In here, we did a lot more examples with roads, which roads are the longest road, how many schools are away from roads, this distance away from roads, which schools are closest to residences and the like. But in Ghana, spatial data, I think our spatial data infrastructure is not very well developed, so it will be difficult. But in here, it's really easy. So we analyze different kinds of data. We even use mobile phone data. Like you make calls, you walk around, there's GPS. It's all recorded. So I can take your information, call data, and analyze maybe within 10 years how many calls you've made, the person you've been making the calls to, from where you've been making calls, everything. It's kind of spooky, but in Ghana, I don't think we will ever get there, or if we get there, we'll be 50, because even in here, because we have some privacy issues, why do you have to know who I'm calling? Even though the data is usually pseudonymized, so you don't really know exactly who. But
you put someone's name.
Someone's name. You can analyze.
But the data is accurate.
The data is accurate.
Because somebody, but the name has been changed.
But especially if you want your data in order to analyze, you can request for it, and for you, this is my data, and we can use it. Because we had an example, one of our tutors taught us something. He traveled to the United States during one of his summer holidays, and he took his GPS data, gave it to us to analyze. So we were able to know which places he visited, which hotels he slept at, and all that. So it's a really interesting course, depending on where you want to specialize.
So now you are Geoinfomatics man, you are in the final semester, you are doing your thesis, you've done a lot of coursework, already done all the coursework. Do you think you are already equipped to kind of use this study in your practice somewhere?
Of course, but you can never be too equipped when you're in school.
Okay.
I think it's very practical, even though they make it very practical for you to understand, to be able to know. For me, I think you learn best when you are practicing. So the examples will not be the same like he had in school, so it will help you to gain more experience when you are working it. But I can confidently say all the basics, I have it now.
Okay. So now, which of your study, or when you are studying this program, how do you think, what exact problem in Ghana or where you've lived, do you think, I want us to use this method to solve this specific problem in Ghana? For example, it could be transportation, it could be housing, it could be road accidents, it could be traffic response to emergency and other things.
Now I'm doing something related to forest fires.
Okay.
You can do something related like traffic problems or accidents, but you can use it for analysis of maybe setting up businesses. So how many people live in here, how many people live in here, so you can make based on that location analysis. But in Ghana, I always say it all boils down back to the data, because our program is based on the data. So if you don't have access to the data, what can you do? You'll be limited in what you
So
can
then
do.
it means you cannot use this exact practice in Ghana very well. So what is the plan?
Usually, it's possible because I think it would be preferable to use remote sensing images. So assuming we want to know, like Galamsey. Yes, I think it's a good example. It just came into my mind. Galamsey, how much of forests have been degraded, so we can use remote sensing images, satellite image to analyze. So maybe in Achumakwanwoma, over the years, maybe in 2000 was like this. So it has changed over the period, and this has been the hectare amount of hectares of forest that have been lost to Galamsey. So an analysis like that would help us to know, like, know and make decisions regarding this. And there's this, they say they are making afforestation of the lost lands. So at the end of the day, when it's done, we can do the same to see how much of forest they've been able to reclaim. Yes.
Okay. So what's the plan? You are finishing in June. You're already in February. You have 4 months or 5. Are you going back to Ghana to tackle the remote sensing, or you are going to stay in Europe, or you have plans to go and get married to someone and go to America? Or what is the plan?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Okay, I need to sip and think of what to tell you. My plan is to be able to finish.
To finish, that is the key. Now that's the focus.
Key for now, to finish, because going back to Ghana is like bottom of my list.
Oh.
Yes.
You're almost done with it. At least not now. At least not now. You're not going to Ghana for now. The options.
For now, the options, when I rate it, going back to Ghana is on the bottom of my list. So what I would do is, when I finish, I'll try to get a job in here, get a bit of experience with what I'm studying, Geoinfomatics, and then see in the future if I can go and use that experience in Ghana or whatever it is, or continue with my studies in here. So it's all relative. It all depends on what comes along.
So back to the study. Of course, you've not done a master's degree in Ghana, and I know University of Ghana, for example, that's something close to geography and something like this. Do you think if you
I think they do some geoinformatics.
Do you think if you have studied in University of Ghana, the kind of experiences and practice you are talking about, without any kind of a pinch to them, do you think it would have been the same experience?
That's a misleading question, I think, because I was never in that department, so I don't know the kind of things they study there.
But you're talking about data and difficulties in getting data. I know I have used AGIs before. If you try to access Ghana, because you find Ghana in the system, you click on it and most of the data sets are empty.
Yeah, so sometimes even if you have it, they are very old. So you cannot use it currently, or
so almost every finance is going to be from 20 years ago.
Yes. Sometimes it's like, so it's like worthless. I think when I was doing one class project, the only special data I found in Ghana was about hospitals. So I was even amazed how I could find it. They have some special data website that they are supposed to upload data on there, but there was no there. No, so it's a really nice website. I've forgotten the name of it. So all the sectors of the economy. So when you come to agri, they are supposed to have some data that you can access. When it comes to health, when it comes to migration, immigration, everybody, like every important institution is there. They are supposed to upload data, but because you don't have, you have no data on there. But I think no matter what, I think the infrastructure, the facilities in Europe cannot be compared to Ghana.
In Europe, not now in Estonia, not in Germany. One of the lands that we think are much more advanced.
In Estonia, everything is IT based. So when it comes to anything related to IT, I think you cannot compare it to Ghana, no matter what. And because the AgIS is licensed software, so the students have access to it. I
Because
don't
the
know.
university has paid.
Yes, means university has paid. University renews the license. So once you're a student, you can always have access to it. So I don't know about Ghana whether that same policy is possible or is happening there, but I doubt it.
Okay, we are rounding up the interview. So in general expression, how would you talk about what would you say about your stay and studying in Europe, in Estonia? What would you say about it? Have you liked it? Would it have been better? Do you think like something? I don't want to give words.
Okay, I get it.
Generally,
I get it. Generally, my general overview of being here. I think it's better than being in Ghana.
On a scale of 0 to 10.
Personally, it's better than being in Ghana, with 10 being the highest.
Yes.
I think now I am like 8.
Satisfaction level.
Yes.
For living in Ghana.
Yes. So I think when I compare it to Ghana, of course, I was working.
Were you driving in Ghana?
Of course.
You're driving in Ghana. Do you drive here? So why would you? In Ghana, if you drive a car, then you're a big man, aren't you? So why do you give 8 for running away?
Because the thing is, in Ghana, you wait for your pay at the end of the month. If you work for the state, and it's like cyclical. You're always looking ahead to your next
month.
I always look at so even that in here, with my monthly stipend is even a lot more than
your salary.
my salary back in Ghana. So even on that score alone, I'm better.
You're already
yes,
50% down.
Yes, I'm better than in my living conditions. Yeah, it's a dorm, it's a crammed apartment, but I don't like it, the living condition in here compared to Ghana, because unlike Ghana, you can do.
But you can also rent here. Why aren't you are you not renting?
Renting is
an apartment.
Renting is more expensive
than
living in a dorm. So if you're a student, unless maybe you really want your convenience to that highest level, then you can rent an apartment. But for me, it's just satisfactory for me to be living in a dorm, and it makes more economic sense to be living in a dorm. But overall, I think on a scale of 10, with studies, with living conditions, with everything, I think I'll give it an 8.
8.
Yes.
How much? I mean money. Is it easy to get a job? I mean, I don't know how to kind of job,
but you always, for us Africans and Ghanaians, once you travel to Europe, you have to make some money.
Okay.
For the family, because of the way our family, because of the way our family system is set up, you can never say, "Oh, I'm just studying, so I'm not working." So for the first year, I wasn't working because in here, the city that I live in, Tartu, job is a bit difficult to come by, especially with the language. So you don't understand the language, and there are not many jobs available too. So a few international students in here, we are all scrambling for the same opportunity. So in the first year, for me personally, because I wanted to concentrate on the program to get an understanding, to be able to learn more. That's why I didn't want to work in the first year. But after that, I've been able to find myself a job. So now I'm working alongside doing my thesis too.
And you think it's at least satisfactory?
At least it's satisfactory. You earn additional income. You're able to eat whatever you want.
Now you can live a little extravagant.
Yes, you can live a little extravagant. If you want to live outside the dorm, you can afford to do it. But like I earlier mentioned, I think for me it makes more economic sense to be living in a dorm. And you're able to send some small coins back home.
And they will say, what
or because in the first year, there's a burger. Why am I?
So your final advice to people who would want to study abroad or even study in Estonia, what would you tell them?
For me, I think you should, if that's your dream, you should persist. You should always try. It doesn't matter if you get rejected the first time. You can get rejected 20 times, but one day you can get accepted somewhere. So you should, it's about persistence, perseverance. So you should always try applying to different places. You may have a dream place in the world, but maybe your dream place may not be where you would fit in, or may not come to you in a instance. So I think overall it's good to get the experience of an European education, and it exposes you. You would say it opens your eyes.
Travel and see.
Yeah, for want of a better expression, it helps you to get better understanding of how the world works. Because when you're in Ghana, you are like in a box. You know, you think in a particular direction, but when you study in Europe, it exposes you to a lot more possibilities.
It's not A and B.
Yes,
It could be also A, C, B.
A lot more possibilities to be able to think around things. Unlike Ghana, when you are working, especially you're working in the state, there are standardized way of doing things. So you can't circumvent the already laid down principles. But when you travel, you study, get exposed to different ideas, different possibilities. So I think it's everybody. If it's not too late for you, you should always try to.
Is Estonia a good destination?
I think so.
Okay. Thank you very much for speaking with us, and great. Thanks for having